Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. On this week's video, I'm going to do 5 thrift flips for profit. My booth has been open a week and I am working on getting some stuff finished. So if you want to see how I transform some thrifted items, stick around. In this video, I'm going to be using this IOD Brocante transfer pack. This is still the same pack I've been using in all of these videos. I know a number of you have said you've had a tough time finding them because they've been sold out. If you can't find them on a local retailer site, just remember that you can always buy transfers or stamps from Amazon and do the same type of a look. I just happen to be an IOD fan, clearly. And I will include some people that I know sell these things online for you to check out. Again, I bought this a while ago and I'm still using it. So now on to my first thrift. This basket was not very cute. It wasn't my style, but it was, I saw the potential. So I just took off the additives that someone else put on it, and I did a very watered down antiquing wax at first. I ended up doing 2 coats of this antiquing wax on the basket part, and then as you can see those ridges, that is a shinier material, and the handle, I went with straight wax on those. And then I got out some drop cloth. This drop cloth is from Amazon a while back. I always wash it. And I find that the best way to get a straight line is to start it with the scissors and then just rip the edge. Of course, right after I say this side gives me trouble, and then I just switch to the other side and it works out just fine. But I feel like if I cut it, I always do it not so straight, but ripping it has the look that I want. So I make sure I iron the drop cloth and decide which way I think should be on top. Take out a couple more threads just to make sure it's even on both sides, and put this cute little transfer in the center. And let me know what you guys think of the end product. I really love this one. Now this next project is another basket. It was lined on the inside in a really light rattan color. So I went ahead and did a very light coat of the antiquing wax. I did not like the difference that made. I did a heavier coat. I was so worried about the inside liner going through. So then I finally just went straight antiquing wax into the water to see if I like how that went. And it still wasn't dark enough. So what I ended up doing is just straight antiquing wax. But sometimes it's a process. You have to see, are you going to ruin the inside or not? So this is my straight antiquing wax. And then I did wipe off the excess so that it was very much in the crevices, and it made this basket look a lot older. Now, I did have one tiny little spot on the inside. I was not planning on doing any transfers. One thing that I thought is, well, I could just kind of like wash the fabric on the inside and make it all watered down with the antiquing wax. Then I got the bright idea to go through my scraps with my IOD scraps and see if I can do some kind of patchwork. So that is what I came up with to cover that little spot down there, is just to put a little leaf down there. It was a little challenging to do a corner on fabric with a wicker underneath, but I made it work, and like it was on purpose. And I did the same technique I did in the last one with this drop cloth, and just made it the size that I wanted. You'll see in the video that I did make a mistake and I burned myself. I did not put this on the smartest way with the hot glue gun, but I will show you right after what I would have done. So, you know, I'm just showing you the way that I do it and then the way that you should do it. So this next hanging basket was like $3.99, and I just thought it was so cute. I didn't like how orange it was, and I didn't like the little beautifully painted, but not my style. So I'm doing a watered down black paint, and I made a mistake. You should test it out in a back inconspicuous area. There was too much paint on my brush, and it wasn't very watered down. Now the rest of the thing looks great, but that first front basket, front and center, took like straight, very heavy paint, and it wasn't quite the tone I wanted. You can see the bottom is the tone I wanted. The top is a little grayed out. So, okay, now what? Let's kind of sand it back. That didn't work. So I did take the sander to the painted on spaces, and what I did is just grayed the whole thing darker. I figured it might as well match. At first I was just going to paint some white on those stripes where that paint was, or that hand painting was, and I was like, you know what, this is too meticulous. I think I am just going to paint this whole thing white. I just did 2 coats where the painting was, and then 1 coat on the rest, and then I wet distressed with the baby wipe. And let me know, what do you guys think? This next Birdcage I got in a recent haul. It was $6.99. But as you can see, when I take off the price tag, there is this bright orange underneath. And it came with this little bird's nest, which I thought was really cute. But I like the idea of this yellow. I really do, because yellow is one of the little secondary colors in my booth. And if it was the same color as the very top up here, this nice, beautiful yellow, I would have kept it. But as you can see, I can't even reach on the inside. I was thinking, what if I white wax this whole thing? But I can't even reach in here to white wax it. So I used spray paint. I just used a can that I had. Quite honestly, the nozzle wasn't quite working right, and I was okay with it because it was a little bit drippy. And I allowed it because I wanted this to look a little bit messier, not perfect, and I really like how it came out. Now this next project is a 3-for-1. I'm doing 3 different small cutting boards. I got them for like $1 a piece. Now these, I didn't really love the wood, so I'm going to paint them white with just my Rust-Oleum white chalk paint. I did 2 coats and then sanded them. And then the third one, which was this cute little oval one, I liked how it looked, so I just went over it with the antiquing wax to kind of make it have an even look. Now this one, I did make a mistake. I should have put a clear coat over it. It worked okay with this, I'm going to call this, is this a bee, a moth? It worked okay with the insect, but when it came down to the words, the transfer didn't quite stick the way I wanted it to. So I will correct that in the next one by putting a clear coat of spray paint to make sure that it'll stick. Guys, I know better, but I was just so in the project, I was not thinking steps properly. Here I go again. Do as I say, not as I do. Now I am finally using my Christmas present. My girls knew I love this. It's the Kindest Regards stamp from IOD. I haven't used it yet, and I'm just taking a 220 and scuffing up the stamp just to give it the paint and the ink something to kind of stick to. So I'm excited to add these to the other two and see how it turns out. So what did you guys think? Did you have a favorite? I think my favorite was this one right here, but they all turned out pretty fun, and I'm excited to see if they're gonna sell on my booth. If you guys like this video, I would love it if you give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite was. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to all so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Guys, thank you so much for coming by, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.